Alright, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Guardians, and welcome to my first Destiny 2 video. Now, I had a few ideas for what I wanted my first Destiny 2 video to be, but I got a loot drop that you have to see. I was so excited to hear that we were finally getting exotic ships and Sparrows in Destiny 2, but I found myself wondering how long was I gonna have to wait to get one. Thankfully, I did not have to wait long. May I present to you the exotic Sparrow, Vanishing Point. Oh, she's a beaut! For those of you that don't know, you unlock the exotic ships and the exotic Sparrows through bright engrams. Bright engrams are earned every time you level up after you hit the level cap of 20. You get your bright engram, bring them to Tess Everis at Eververse, and she will decrypt them for you. You will have a chance to unlock an exotic ship or Sparrow through that. Now, with that out of the way, let's have a look at Vanishing Point. So the first thing you're going to notice with this exotic Sparrow is that it has a top speed of 160, which puts it on par with legendary Sparrows, which I personally think is good. I do not want my exotic Sparrows to be outpacing the legendaries. It would just make legendaries redundant, so that was a very smart move. The vehicle itself comes with two perks. The first perk is a custom drive. It's pretty much what gives it its 160 speed. And the second perk is autoloader. It automatically reloads your weapons when you board the vehicle, which won't sound too fantastic on paper, but I can imagine it being a good behind the scenes mechanic if you're on patrol, exploring the planets, hopping from lost sectors to public events. It might reload your weapons without you realizing it. And hey, you know what? I'd rather take any perk over no perk. And again, I don't want the exotic Sparrows to be making all my legendary Sparrows redundant. And as with any exotic, it has some lore attached with it. The lore for this piece shows a letter from Amanda Holiday to an exo by the name of Kron 8. I've never heard of Kron 8, but then again, I will never have and never will claim to be a lore master, and it appears that they are discussing the differences between the drives on Sparrows and the jump ships we use to travel across the solar system. That's way above my pay grade, but I'll leave the lore up on screen if you want to read it yourself. Now, before I show you Vanishing Point in action, I just want to show you some of the shaders you can equip on it, because I didn't give a whole lot of thought to adding shaders onto ships or Sparrows. With everything else I was wondering about the game and the lead up to its release, I didn't give it much thought, but now that I've reached endgame and I'm starting to unlock shaders, ships and Sparrows, and I'm able to experiment with all these different combinations, I am loving it. So far, you're not simply changing the colour of your ships and Sparrows. Certain shaders actually change the finish. You can have a more dull, matte or glossy finish to the colours. Absolutely love it. I just want to run some of these shaders in the background while I gush about how much I like this feature, and then in a few short moments we will get into some actual gameplay with the exotic Sparrow. It's really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Guardians, you have been patient enough. Time to see exotic Sparrow in action. If you haven't seen one for yourself, you are in for a treat. Look at the flame effects on those thrusters. That is amazing. That is exactly what I want to see from an exotic Sparrow. Apologies for the bad driving. I turned my hood off and I was trying to be all cinematic with my driving, and it just wound up working really badly. But look at those flame effects. Seriously, so cool. Absolutely perfect. What you want from an exotic Sparrow. Bungie has to bring back SRL. They have to bring it back. I want to race against whatever it is, whether it's 4 or 6, I want to race against fellow Guardians. I want to be in my exotic. I selfishly want to be the only Guardian with an exotic Sparrow. Oh, it's glorious. Absolutely love it. Well, that'll just about do it for this video. Normally this is the point where someone says if you're new here, please like, share and subscribe, but in all honesty, I'm new here. This is my first Destiny 2 video and my second video on YouTube overall, so if you liked what you saw and you would like to see more in the future, please like, share and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. My name's Jay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Eyes up, Guardian. Oh, she's a beaut!